Hello, human. It is I, your favorite human. And as always, it is lovely to have you here. I hope you're doing well. I am great because I'm about to do something that I really enjoy, which is talking about books. Today, I will be talking about some of my favorite books from 2025. So, yeah. I love this book. This book is a classic corporate girly crash out. Basically someone who works a 9 to 5 just crashing out from beginning to end. It follows Marisa, who works in an advertising agency. She has climbed the corporate ladder, so her life is enviable. You look at her life and you think, wow, oh my god, she lives in an amazing apartment, she has a wonderful job, she's earning very well. From the outside looking in, it looks picture perfect. However, Marisa hates her life. She detests the corporate world. She dreads going to the office every day so much that sometimes she hopes that she gets hit by a car or something so that she doesn't have to go to work. It's that bad. Reading this book felt like reading through a very private journal of someone because it was too honest. It was just too honest, and I think I would say it's a satirical take on the corporate world. I really enjoyed this book, and I think I will reread it over and over again because I have so many annotations. I think what I found really relatable was the fact that Marisa really loved the arts. She loved to read, she loved literature, she loved the museum. She even had like some of her favorite artists, but somehow she has to work, she has to earn a living because she's not a trust fund kid. I think this book is very witty and hilarious, and I really enjoyed it. I finished it, I think, in one sitting. It was just too good, and I highly recommend it. If you're having an existential crisis about your 9 to 5 job, then maybe you could read this so you don't feel alone. So yeah, that's Discontent by Beatriz Serrano. I love this book so much, and in some way I would say I felt protective of the main character, Keiko Furukura. So this book has stayed with me, and I think it's going to stay with me for a very long time because the main character, Keiko Furukura, was a very unusual woman. She's not the kind of person that the society would consider normal. However, I just loved her because she was so content. So basically, she starts working in a convenience store. It's like a shop at the age of 18, and she worked there for so many years. And when she was getting to her 30s, obviously everyone around her started getting married and having children. But that did not interest her. For her, she just wanted to keep working at the convenience store because the convenience store felt very safe for her, because it felt like in the convenience store, she couldn't go wrong with social cues. Like, there's a manual for everything, like, oh, what you say to the client buying stuff, what you do with that, and what you do with this. And she felt like she could be herself in the convenience store. She didn't have to think about what this person's facial expression meant or anything. Like, she didn't have to stress about social cues because she was quite different in the way she thought about life. And she was content with just working for the rest of her life in a convenience store. But she started noticing how everyone around her sister, family, everyone, her friends, kept asking her, so like, where is your man? Where is your boyfriend? Where is your husband? And all of that. And she just didn't understand why everyone... I think when you don't feel like you're just not thinking about the things everyone around you seems to be thinking about, it can be very isolating. It can even make you question your own self and wonder, am I mad? And I relate so badly in that aspect, because at this point in my life, there are certain things that everybody expects of me, but I'm not even thinking about those things. I'm I've always been a very self-aware human being, and I don't see how all these things expected of me will bring me happiness. I don't just, yeah. So I related to her in that aspect, and I felt so bad for her. I felt like I wish I could hug this young woman, because it can be so isolating to want things that are not considered traditional or that are not the norm in the society. And then she had to, so basically this is the book follows the story of this woman who is considered unusual by the society and everyone around her, and eventually she had to make a choice, which I wouldn't spoil for anyone watching this, but Convenience Store Woman is one, and it's a very quick read, very quick. So I really enjoyed this book. Well, I'm pretty sure everyone knows what happens in Harry Potter, but anyway, I would say what I have enjoyed so much about this book is the adventure and the friendship that exists between Harry Potter, Hermione Granger, and Ron Weasley, and Hagrid as well. I love Hagrid so much. I love Hagrid so much. I love Hagrid. Basically, if you haven't read Harry Potter and you want to, if you ask me what it's about, I'll tell you. It's basically about a young boy called Harry Potter whose parents were killed by the Dark Lord, Voldemort. And the Dark Lord tried to kill Harry Potter while he was still a baby, but for some reason Harry Potter didn't die. So Harry Potter ends up growing up without his parents. He grew up at his auntie's house, like his mom's sister's house, without even having an idea that he is actually a wizard, up until Hagrid comes busting into their home to inform him that he is in fact a wizard and has to go to a school of wizardry called Hogwarts. So everything happens in Hogwarts. Harry Potter meets his friends and the adventure begins. So with each part of the series, there is like a conflict, or there is like a villain that Harry Potter has to conquer with the help of his friends, basically. But it's lovely. It's amazing. It's amazing. I really think you should read it. That's about that. This book tries to depict what we mean when we say my life flashed before my eyes. I almost died and my life flashed before my eyes. So there is a man whose job is to act as the middleman between life and afterlife. So everyone who dies will go to this middle place where this man would give you pictures of every year that you've lived, and out of all these pictures you get to pick one for each year, and when you're done choosing, he will put it in a sort of flash, and you would watch it flash, and you basically watch your life. And if while looking through the pictures you feel like there is one that isn't clear enough and you want to go back to that particular time in the picture to retake it, then you get to do that as well. I thought this was really tender. Again, I think I've gushed about Japanese writers a whole lot in the past months, but I think it's beautiful how they write about ordinary things. I think it's a wonderful read. It's a kind of story that will really stay with you, honestly. The only thing I have to say is that there's a cat on the cover, but there isn't no cat. There is no cat in the story. So that's deceit. That's the only bad thing I have to say about the book. Other than that, it is amazing. So that is all I have for you. Other books that I have other books that I really love that I'm just going to show on the screen. I won't really go so I won't really go into the details, but I really recommend them if you want to read. You have Break Room by Miye. It's a really, really short book, very short, and I found it interesting. I didn't really enjoy the ending, but it was great. I liked the concept. The concept was unique. And then I'm Thinking of Ending Things by Reid. Crazy book. I think it might be a hit or miss for you because you kind of only get to know or understand the book at the very end. But however, you will be on the edge of your seat throughout reading, just like you get to understand it at the very end. At the very end of the book. So I don't know, it might be a hit or miss for people, but I really, really enjoyed this book. My mind was blown. I was like, oh no. I felt like the author succeeded in tricking me. Anyway, these are my favorite books of 2025. I thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope this year you make some time to read or to do all the other things that you might like outside of reading. Reading is one of the greatest joys of my life, to be very honest, and I'm so glad that I enjoy reading, because if I didn't, yeah. So yeah, thank you for being here with me and my books. We will see you soon. Bye. We're gonna sit. Oh, this is a good thumbnail. Oh, it's a cool thumbnail.